Stadium, Australia. Away we go in the first Bledisloe Cup test of the new millennium as Justin Marshall takes it down for the All Blacks. And Tane Randall is going to deputise at halfback, looking for Andrew Mertens, but Randall straight up the middle. What a great start. 10-metre line, All Black territory. Now the All Blacks need to get their back line in formation. Marshall a bit slow to get there. Now he sends it off to Mertens. Early kick. Chris Latham in good position though, but he's outside the 22. Got a very educated left boot. Randall and Cribb getting back. Randall's been in the action early. Now Ron Cribb. Happy to have a run. Back to where Randall took it to, the 10-metre line in this long opening sequence. And referee Watson says, well, have a scrum. Great battle in the scrums tonight. The All Blacks feel that they will have some ascendancy there. Cribb has been shut down early. It's there again for Marshall. Mertens has it partially charged, but it could work to the All Blacks' advantage. Alatini, ball popped up. Umaga, here's the first try. And Tana's under the bar.
Well, what a way to score your first try against Australia. The first one that he's dotted down. And look at that crowd. Funny things can happen with a rugby ball. A little charge down. The bounce and the loose pass. Have a look at this. So easily it could have gone the other way. Comfortable bounce for Latham. But the pressure was on Latham. Umaga read it beautifully. And it was all over once he gathered the ball. Pretty casual the way he placed the ball behind the goal post.
He tried to pass it, Latham, and it was an intercept. There he tried to flip it, and Umaga anticipated. And the sprint of 45 metres, the try under the bar for Tana Umaga, his first against Australia, converted by Mertens, 7-0. He scored in every test match this season as the kickoff is made. Mertens has control of this. Eremia. All Blacks with a 7-point advantage. Handed away by Umaga. They're shifting it smartly. Now Lomu's in the clear. One-on-one. Gregan comes across. He's got support. Alatini. Fantastic.
Well, it's almost too good to be true. I'm speechless. Sensational try by New Zealand, absolutely superb. But watch the way the ball was moved so well. Always keeping it alive. And Alatini finishing off. Perfect start for New Zealand. Couldn't have hoped for anything more. A couple of great passes here under pressure, putting Lomu in space. And once the big man got away, well, that's another psychological blow because he beat Chris Latham. So Chris Latham, hard start for him.
Now Andrew Mertens, the first one was easy. This one a little bit wider out. No problems. 14 points to 0. This is not going to go 10 metres. Play on as Maxwell takes it in, carried on. All Blacks totally dominant at the moment. Now Marshall away for Mertens. Eremia almost slipped, did it, got it away to Alatini. Callaghan won't stop him either. Unbelievable start. 3 tries in 6 minutes.
Well, sometimes it just happens. Well, deliriously happy, aren't they? Beautiful little break by Eremia and kept the ball alive. Alatini feeding Cullen on the outside. It was all over Rover. The Australians haven't touched the ball yet in this game. Just that little pass from Chris Latham that was intercepted. Everything coming off, everything that New Zealand tries comes off.
35th test try for Christian Cullen. That equals John Kerwin. And the All Blacks can't believe it. Mertens lifts another one through. 3 converted tries in 6 minutes. 21 points to 0. Blacks rampaging. Now, Umaga needs some support. Blackadder gets there to tidy up. 15 out right in centre field. Going wide to Cribb. Running out of support now. Umaga tries to flick it to Randall. Still inside the 22. Wallaby down injured as the All Blacks get it back again. Now Carl Hoft. Eremia. Referee's playing advantage. Penalty right out in centre field. And this could make it 24-0. Eight and a half minutes into the game, 24 points to 0, and that will barely go 10 metres. In fact, it wouldn't if Maxwell had left it alone. Now the Wallabies have got the ball, and a big cheer goes up. Jason Little takes it to the 10-metre line. Now Gregan off to Larkham, and Larkham side the tree. And Mortlock for the corner. This is a try fest.
And Touche. Well, it's a great team that can answer back, looking at the scoreboard of 21-0. To answer back with a try, the only way to answer what was a rampant start to this game by an All Black side. So Larkham an eye for the gap, making the gap, drawing the last man, feeding Mortlock on the outside. That'll make the Australian crowd and team feel like they're in this match.
Very first time they had the ball, and it was Stephen Larkham, the danger man, and Sterling Mortlock, who's had to make, or try to make, some big tackles already tonight. Finally gets his hands on the ball and gets a try, which he'll try and convert. His third try in Test rugby.
Well, that'll be a morale booster for Sterling Mortlock, of course.
As they lead by 24-7, Marshall, Eremia, Robertson. Tackling is better now from the Wallabies. And it was stolen away, but it was a player who was on the ground. Right in front of Andre Watson. And Jim Williams is penalised. And this is kickable.
So Robertson making the drive, going forward, putting his body and the ball in the right place. There's Williams. Well, Williams was on his feet after 20 minutes of play.
Andrew Burton's 9 points already this evening, and this time he's way to the right. Drops the head. Realised a great opportunity for another 3 points. Still 24-7. John Eales, the target. Good throw from Foley. Foley delivers off to Gregan. Slips it off to Jim Williams. It opens up for Williams. Lomu partially stops him. Almost there. Now Gregan looking wide. Mortlock's in. What a game this is. A second try for Sterling Mortlock.
Don't ever underrate a World Cup winning side. Australia back in this game fully. 2 good tries to answer. A blistering start by New Zealand. Well worked too, with Foley playing halfback and Gregan playing standoff, giving an extra man, putting Williams through the hole. A little bit of weak tackling, I thought, but this was well worked. Gregan, the vision to move it wide. Mortlock hitting it at top. You'll see it on this angle better, but it was well done by Williams. Todd Blackadder pulled off the big tackle finally.
Well, Murray, you're quite right in saying that there was some weak tackling. In fact, I would say both coaches would be very disappointed the first 20 minutes of this test match to see those 5 tries on the board, all resulting from the fact that both sides are good finishers and they can they can really take toll of any poor defence, and that's what's happened. 5 mistakes, 5 tries.
Not this time for Mortlock, but he scored all the points for Australia so far. The 2 tries and the conversion. And from 24 points to 0, the Wallabies have pulled it back to 24 to 12. Well claimed by Eels. That pass appeared to be forward. Referee said it was okay though. Cleared away again by Gregan. Jason Little has a crack in midfield. Now Joe Roth. Wallabies threatening. Larkham. All Blacks offside. Daniel Herbert had the hand up for a moment anyway. Now here comes Latham. 3rd try for the Wallabies. Chris Latham, the fullback.
Well, how the tables have turned. What a game of rugby. Tit for tat. The call and the answer. Georgie Gregan just moving the ball around. Each Wallabies searching for a hole, for a gap, setting it up, and Latham hit it at top. The momentum took him through the tackle. Here it is, see the timing of the run onto the ball. Timing is everything.
Just his 10th test match, Chris Latham. 8 tries, and Mortlock from a very handy position. Through it goes. 24 points to 19 as Latham limps back. The Wallabies staging a remarkable comeback. Taking it to the All Blacks. 15 metres out. Now Gregan off for Larkham. Little. Williams is there in support. Now Gregan off to Daniel Herbert. Now Mark Connors, who scored a try in this test match last season. Gregan quickly for Larkham. The All Blacks having made a lot of tackles in the last 10 minutes or so. Gregan again feeds it off to Daniel Herbert. Carried on by Williams. Goal line right there for George Gregan. Richard Harry, the prop.
The ball probably a little slow.
Now Gregan again. Larkham. Continue to move it to the left. Gregan has a go. Roth. Alatini made a big tackle in there, but it's still alive for the Wallabies. Gregan. Roth. They've done it again. And Joe Roth makes it 4 tries each.
Well, what a confident sight this Australian team is when they have possession. I think that has to be the key for New Zealand, to keep hold of the ball when they have it rather than spill it. The defence was quite strong, but eventually the break came, and here it is, the finish of it. Well, maybe shielding.
He hasn't had a great time against New Zealand over the years, Joe Roth. It's only his 2nd try in his 20th test match.
Well, interesting, John Eales taking the kick at goal here. He was perhaps guilty there of shielding. Well, Joe Roth got on the outside of him. Last week, the Wallabies scored 27 unanswered points against the Springboks. They're heading for that target, round about that target against the All Blacks. That's why they're the world champions.
This kick to give the Wallabies the lead. Could you believe that? Not going to do that. It's 24 each. Gregan gets back though. Latham has nipped round behind him. Now Roth gets it beautifully out wide. Chance for Daniel Herbert to stretch the legs. Now Jason Little just seconds before the break. Larkham, what hands from Roth. Now Williams, and Cullen's tackle has knocked the ball down, and it was lost forwards. And just as the hooter sounds, and that'll bring to an end a memorable first half. The All Blacks got out to 24 points to 0. Then the Wallabies came out. They replied 24 all. Talk about a half of two halves. What is in store in the second half? As Andre Watson gets us going, Mertens goes long, and Jason Little is the first man to touch the ball. As Herbert off to Jason Little.
Crossing, no advantage. Number 5.
Well, that time it was against Norm Maxwell. I don't know. The ball was there. He had a fair crack at it. Mortlock pushes it through, and it's 27 points to 24.
Great rugby, and then 10 minutes he sort of lost the plot. Let's hope it doesn't affect today's match.
Here's Ron Cribb getting a chance to stretch his legs. Now Marshall into the gap. He's got players in support. He may not need them. Justin Marshall. What a terrific try. Welcome back to the All Blacks.
Well, we could say an individual's effort, strength, power, and enough speed to do the business. Justin Marshall, it's a great one to launch New Zealand back into this game. But Ron Cribb, beautiful little dummy, strength to hold the ball up. Now have a look. Another dummy through the hole. Just shrugged through that tackle. Opened it up, stepped inside Latham, and planted it over the goal line. Well, that's what the boys in black needed. Ron Cribb runs so well, so comfortably with the ball in hand. No, it was a good answer. That's 4 tries apiece.
Well, Murray, Mr. Watson need no longer look at Norman Maxwell because he's just been replaced by Troy Flavel in jersey 20.
Good-looking kick. All Blacks take a 4-point advantage, and the Black supporters are up. Blackadder gets high. Another good throw from Oliver.
I've been impressed with Blackadder a number of times. He's gathered the ball, stolen back the ball that was rebounding, that time taking a good line out, which was badly needed. This is a good drive by New Zealand.
Good stuff from the All Black forwards. They went 15 metres. Now Marshall looking to probe round the fringes. Blackadder works it across to Mertens. Alatini. Lomu charging hard. Gets to the 10-metre line. And he's got them for offside too. And it's against David Giffen, number 4. Distance is okay. Direction is great. Penalty is made. And it's 34 to 27. They want to open it up straight away. That's an awful pass. Was it 4? That's the question. Apparently not. Well, referee says offside against Ron Cribb.
Standing in the middle.
That's another one that's away. Still the 7-point advantage to the All Blacks.
The crowd goes crazy. Well, it's a great scrum by New Zealand.
Terrific scrum.
That's the sort of
That's up off the ground too. Well, he's gone against the All Blacks here, and Gregan's away again. Umaga snacks it up, but
You're off your feet and you're holding on to the ball.
Well,
Number 8.
that one is an injustice.
this kick to bring the Wallabies to within 4 points of the All Blacks. Regulation for Sterling Mortlock. Through it goes. Gregan. Larkham. They go short to Kefu. All Blacks desperate defence again. Out wide. Try scored by Jeremy Paul.
Well, it was a great try. Australia in possession, that's the key. Stretching the All Black defence, Georgie Gregan through the middle. Miraculous break, really. The faces say it all of the New Zealand players. Look at this break. How did he get through? He was held in the tackle by Ron Cribb and somehow he got away. The little fella got away. Through the big wide pass, which should have been enough. It was great defence by Christian Cullen and Mark Hammett. But here it was, the width of the pass from Caper. So smart, so much vision. They had them stretched, very stretched. Jonah caught just inside too much. Could hardly blame him though. There were 3 on 2, I think. So that's a great try at a crucial moment.
And a change 2 for the Wallabies at the back of the scrum. Jim Williams, what a big game he's had. Been replaced by Troy Jakes in jersey 20.
Haven't seen Andrew Walker in the goal kicking role much, although during Super 12 he landed 1 penalty for the Brumbies. Won't come round. 1-point ball game, 35-34. Kelleher. Randall pops up to Lomu. Here we go. Can he make it? You betcha. You betcha. Jonah's in.
Well, it had to be the ultimate moment in this game, and it's been a game of moments for sure. Jonah Lomu, some may say, the ultimate rugby player, with a game after his name, finished the deal loud and clear. What a pass, Randall pass, Lomu can't catch me, he's just too strong, too big, and what a way to finish the game. What a game of rugby this has been. Exceptional. It will go down in my mind as the greatest I think I've seen. All 109,874 people, world record crowd.
Poetry in motion. Jonah Lomu. And now Tony Brown. This for 100 test points, and it's away. The Wallabies still have a chance, but it's under a minute. 39-35. And a little nudge forward, and All Blacks still trying to run it forward. It's been knocked on. That's the game, though. An unbelievable test match in front of a world record crowd. The All Blacks have got home 39-35.